All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Shemel Shai, by Shem Dash, the bonus to the apostle and elders, a great millstone. Peace and salutation to the brother doing the work of sincerity and the truth. The hope for elect. The brothers waiting every day, praying for Yahweh by Shemel Shai's return. So we get out this place. Peace and salutation to you, brothers. Just want to get into a lesson. The brothers basically got a, just speaking in the spirit, we can't engulf ourselves in a trap with basically guys of the world and unbelievers that really don't believe in the work, that don't believe in this thing, that really have alternate motives, like like guys that come into the work and you really see their folly and adding into the scriptures, adding to the word, these type of guys who can't even go into the breakdown of the mark of the beast and tell you it's an embargo. Guys like those, man. So our mission is to just continue to do the work, the scriptures, read them, put them in proper context, and have and when you around guys that are contrary because they're cool, that don't mean nothing in the eyes of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Don't let them demons fall upon you, man. All right, let's start. Okay, this is 2 Corinthians 6:14. It says, "Be ye not unequally yoked with be unequally yoked together with unbelievers." All right, for what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? So what's the fellowship with a man that believe a work and a guy who says he believes in the work but don't believe in the doctrine that's being set? So you can't get into this thing and still have sort of kind of like worldly mentalities and say you're an Israelite. You can't do that, man. Yahushua even spoke about that. Actually, the whole scripture, the volume is about him. So you can't go into the world and add worldly things, Okay, it says, let's see, started from the top again. It says, "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers." We're not gonna come and have a get together or some type of unity camp with guys in different doctrines. That's a spirit on them, yeah. And you got guys that do that. You got guys that, because it's really I'm gonna just say it. It's really because Great Millstone has the truth, and they're all trying to come together like Voltron and say and try to think they defeating evil, but what they perceive as evil is great in the eyes of Yahweh Shemel Shai, which is Yahweh Shemel Shai's doctrine, man. Okay, you had guys that used to be with us that go to those type of events. You know better. You know that the spirits on these guys. There's a lot of guys going there because they're chanted. Their names is chanted. I could be the Gorilla Hebrew, or I could be the guy from Chicago that left GMS, or I could be the guy from Detroit that left, and that's what those guys do. But then a lot of them guys still want to come around. You see, it's a doctrine thing, man. And when you do a lot of those things, spirits are in different doctrines. That's why you see those same guys leave and don't bring up the mark of the beast. Don't bring up the confusion of faces, And they still, I know it's through the spirit, this guy's still communicating with them, But they don't want to look like they're had their back turned. So you got moles in camps. It's crazy. But you can't be equally yoked with them, man. There's no way. It's like it's spiritually no way you can actually be equally yoked. If you're a man of the Lord and you're doing this work, the spirit is not gonna let you jail with those type of guys, man. You're doing it right and concisely, man. See, the Most High pushed them guys out for a reason. All right. It says, "What fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion have light with darkness?" Let's see what the word communion means. The word communion is in the Greek at 2842. It's kinoia, okay, which means the fellowship. It's a community, okay. It's community, joint participation, intercourse. Don't have no type of camaraderie with them, man. Bringing them into your um to get together with guys that have no that don't want to even understand or don't or rebel against the doctrine. All it is spirits on them, and you don't want the spirits to get on you, man. It says to share which ones has in anything participation in, of course, fellowship, intimacy, okay, and collectively of others, man. The collections, contributions, to great gift to gift jointly contributed, it's like you know. So embodiment. So it's basically to participate with them, man. So be wise about that. You got guys that's call on a name, but they still have leaven in their camp. They still have leaven in their doctrine. It's still off. Well, if you're not teaching the right doctrine and you're not doing what Yahweh Shem Yahushua asked you to do, you're going off. And that's plain and simple. All right? And it says, and hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness. So how is light and dark at the same time? I know the scripture says it's gonna be there, but we don't see that. So give me, how can you have light and darkness at the same time? You can't. It's either light or it's dark. Even in the transitional phase to get the dark, that it get dark, it get dimmer, the light get dimmer. So you can't be in fellowship with someone. It's going to either be one or two. Either you're going to be with the work or be with the work that's being given, or you're going to fall off and fall away. Okay. Verse 15, he says, and what a concord. Let's get the word concord. The word concord is Greek, from the Greek 4857, is phonesis. It says concord, it means agreement. Okay. It's mean accordance. If you go down to the Strong's definition, it says accordance. So let's see. It says, and what concordance, it means agreement, has Yahweh with Belial. So what does he have with Belial? And Belial's a demon, man. Or what part has he that believeth with the infidel? So what a man that of you that believe have anything that have to deal with any guys that don't believe? I mean, and I'm talking about doing the work. This world is confusing guys, man, that you always got to be in some type of agreement. Let's agree to disagree. Guys come to camp saying shit like that. We don't have no agreement with darkness, man. That's what the Most High told us. What do we have with that? What do Yahweh have with Belial, man? You don't have no agreement with that. With a demon. Verse 16, it says, and what agreement have the temple of the Most High with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power. And as the Most High has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. So that's what's going to happen, man. And what for come out from among them. So you got to come out from among these other doctrines. See, back a couple of years ago was really about the black conscious community. That shit faded. But you got guys that was from the Israelite thing fell in that area. They was going in agreement because they gave them a tough name. Listen, man, the Most High is gonna clear all that up. It's gonna knock all that down. Even they realized Polite got pushed off. The top dude in that shit he went into another part of that world. Like he went into being of the world. When he saw his chance, he jumped on it. So you see how phony them guys is, man. He says, and I will be there in their power, and they should be my people. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separated, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. So the Most High will receive you if you can stay the hell away from them, because you got to be a true believer in His word, and that's what He's looking for, man. Not looking for you guys that's blowing every window with doctrine, man. Who thinking that, oh, this is it, and you got guys that come into camps because they don't have shit to do, but they bring the leaven that they already have, which messes a lot of things up. This 1 Corinthians 6:6 says, but another goes to law with the brother and before the unbelievers. You got a lot of that. It says because they was doing that previously. So like we said, I could just keep bringing it up. Got guys that'll go and leave the word of the Lord and participate with some other doctrine, like go to vocab Malone, go to the other ones, the other guys, those other Christian pastors. It's not being a Christian and being an Israelite is a difference in this thing, man. No, vocab Malone is just an Edomite that's trying to get well known so he can make money. That's it. All right. And now it says, now therefore there was utterly a fault among you, because ye go to the law with one another. Why do ye not rather take wrong? Why do ye not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded? So this is going into something about, just taking the low, basically. All right. Let's go to Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 7. No, it's like Ephesians chapter 5 and 7. It says, be ye not therefore partakers with them. Let's go up a little bit. Verse 6, it says, let no man deceive you with vain words. These guys are coming with vain words. Be really bright when you got guys that come in the comment boards that's talking about, I want to come out and fellowship with you guys. Even them guys, man. That's why the apostles, he closed Great Millstone to new members, because you got a lot of weirdos, man, that want to come out, that want to and induce their doctrine and put their doctrine in, or put it in their mind, and then just to get in the camp so they can look a certain way, because they know the word is coming out of the Great Millstone camps, and then they gonna start bringing they lump or they leaven in. A lot of them just come in for enjoyment, and some guys know that they're fellowship. They know brothers help brothers in this thing. You got guys that come in to try to get money. After the first time they come down and see if they're uptight, they uptight every week. So it's the world is this thing. That's why this thing is said, many are called and few are chosen, because it's not going to be many that come in and go to the path and be really true men. They're going to be liars. They're going to come in as liars. They're going to start trying to run over brothers, or lie to brothers, or take over. They want to be the camp leader in 3 weeks. Oh, then he don't know nothing. But then their whole doctrine is shot. And then a lot of times the information they bring out, you don't know about it till later, because they follow the guidelines until it come down. We had a guy like that. He used to come in. After we go to camp, we'd go sit with each other. Come in. He used to go to the back. He was there with us for a few years. Nobody really paid attention. He'd go get his computer, laptop, face his laptop to the back to the window, like everybody's in one room. He's in the dining room, just hold laptop face to the back, and he'll listen. We think he listening to videos. He over there listening to rap. He listening to other Israelite camps, speaking the name of Yeshua, telling us. And then when you catch him, we talking about, oh well, yeah, I know. I just put Yahweh. I know how it is. I know what they doing. Man, we don't listen to that shit, man. A lot of guys think, man, you can't even listen to rap, man. Hey, listen, this garbage out here. You might as well listen to the world rap. If them guys that's in that Israelite rap, just trying to make money. They trying to get their face known. We're not into that, man. We can't be part of this world. That's worldly, man. All right. It says, let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of Yahweh Bashim Ashar upon the children of disobedience. Be not ye therefore partakers. What's a partaker? A partaker is the word is from the Greek 4830. Again, assume met okos. It says partakers, partaking together with one, a joint partaker of something. Okay, so it's gonna be a co. It's down here it says co-participant. We're not participating in that. We're not jointly with stuff like that or the world. The brothers are in this thing, Great Millstone. The Lord is blessing brothers with understanding, and we're being together with brothers that's like mind, a one accord, man. It says, for we, verse 8, it says, for ye were sometimes darkness. Ye were sometimes darkness, but now ye are light in the Lord. Walk as the children of light. So that's the way we walking, man. We got to walk as the children of light. It says, for the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth. So the Lord is with you, man. As long as you stay in his graces or stay in his light and stay with the word, not with the world's word. Okay? It says, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord. So proving what is acceptable. Let's go with the word acceptable. The word acceptable is from the Greek 2101. It says, yoresitos. Your It says, well pleasing and acceptable, right? Down in the Strong's definition, it says fully agreeable, right? And well pleasing. Let's go. It says proving. Let's see. Well pleasing, what is the Lord acceptable? Acceptable. Oh, let's go to, no, that's the word acceptable. It says proving what is acceptable. Let's go back to the word again. Well pleasing, what is well pleasing unto the Lord, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works. Don't combine ourselves with nonsense, with shit the word is gonna perish, or your own doctrine, or your own adding. Don't add into the scriptures. That's what a lot of these guys do. Or what don't take away. You know, don't think that because you mad at men of the Lord that you could go partake with wickedness and add that wickedness, or take away the camp signs and say, oh, I knew it wasn't this. So all the time you was somewhere you didn't know. See, these guys were always unbelievers because their mouth showed them, does show them, does witness against us when they speak. There was always like that. I knew it didn't seem right. So all the time you was in the camp, all the 12 tribe sign ain't right. That tells you something. That's why the Most High is not, he's not not knowing. That's why he's all knowing. He knows what these guys were about. You know, he knows that these guys were just full of shit. You know, everything you think about it now. If you can see these things in these guys that fell out over things that were really something they could have got clear, but they always knew that it wasn't right, or they took away the sign, or the guys that they brought in saying it was. See, they brought in guys that didn't even believe it either. See, these guys were niggas from the beginning. The only way they could get around is to repent, man, and it don't seem like that's gonna happen with you guys that change the sign, say the mark of the beast is not this. You know, you're liars, man, and you're gonna be proven in front of the congregation, man. It says, verse 11, it says, have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Right, and that's what we're doing. For it is a shame to even speak of those things which are done to them in secret. Verse 13, but all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. So I told you it's gonna come through. It's gonna come through. It's gonna shine. These that's got to be corrected. It's gonna come out that this dude was doing this, and this. So we don't know. A lot of times, guys hold it. They hold it to their soul. They stay quiet and they don't try to reveal themselves. But the Spirit eventually reveals them, man. It manifests itself. So whoever does light manifest, whatsoever does make manifest is light, because that's the Spirit of the Lord bringing it to light. Wherefore, he said, awake thou that sleepeth, and arise from the dead, and Yahushua, and to give us delight. So we got it from Yahushua. It says then, verse 15, it says then, it says, seeing then that ye walk circumspectly, be vigilant around these guys, man. The guys that want to come, even the new guys that want to come to the camp, go back and start questioning brothers again about what they believe, man. You know, sometimes you got to ask the question. I'm pretty sure most of the brothers in the core you got believe in the same thing, but you know, it's still things that still got to be rechecked in this thing, man. Okay. It says circumspectly, not as fools. Don't come as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Because it's close, man, and we're so close to it. We got no time. We really got to see who's gonna have our back. Because the scriptures say some brothers gonna turn you up their backs against you, man. You can see the moves that they make. Satan is walking through like a roaring lion. Demons, his own brothers. You got to fight them demons. Then you got to fight your own demons. Then you got to fight demons everywhere. It's tough, and it's taxing on the spirits of men, man. The spirits of the brotherhood, man, or the spirits from brothers, man. No, it's like you done did a workout, a cardio workout when you dealing with this thing, and that's how it is, man. We're defenders of the gospel, man, and that's through the spirit of the Lord. And how about Shem Yahushua? Wherefore be now and wise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. Understand what you in, man. Count the cost. Remember what you signed up for, you know. And that's why, once again, I'm gonna say that's why the Apostle Tahar shut down the doors of GMS from now, because of stuff like that. Guys come in, weirdos come in, unequally yoked. They ain't even believing, but they just want to be part of something. And that's the worst type of guy. If you just want to be part of something, you know, we got a guy that was the camp head over Detroit. His glory was the guys that were of the Israelite foreigner type deal. That was his glory. He wanted to be the guy that had all these Israelites in his camp that looked like so-called white men or Edomites. You know, it says, and be not drunk with wine wherein is access, but be filled with the Spirit. So you got to be filled with this word, man. And that's and with that word, you can defend yourself with this word, man. You could peep some things out. The Spirit is gonna keep working with you, but the Spirit is gonna always work and push dudes out, man. That's not right. All right. Let's go to John, the first chapter. John 1 and 6. John 1 and 6, if we say that we have fellowship with him and walk in darkness, we lie and do not the truth. So we don't do the truth, but we go into all facets of everything else. And basically in the Christian church, you go into church, but you're an Israelite. You're Israelite on Saturday, but you're going to church on Sunday with your family, because it ain't nothing. I know you partaking on those demons. You up there looking at that cross, seeing white Jesus, and then you see people in the church that might not look like black folk or other nations, and you get the little heartfelt for them. Hey man, the heart is deceitful. Them same spirits is the one that's ready to kill you in that day that's to come, man. It says, but if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship one with another, and the blood of Yahushua, his son, cleanses us from all our sins. So we cleanse if we walk in his light, man. We could, and like discernment, understanding, and seeing the things, but still the Spirit is still working with you. If you don't even see it, the Most High sees it, you know, and he'll protect you, man. That's why he's always protecting us, man. We say he's protected, the Most High protects them that fear him, loosely translating. All right. Let's go to Ephesians 6 and 11. This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. This is what you have to do. It says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shema Shai, that ye may be able to stand the wiles of the devil, man. That's what we basically got to do. And when you come into this thing, when you got these guys that come in, you got the shit you see on TV, spirits that at your job, guys that see you, somebody, your woman, all that, man, you got to deal with that because your woman could try to take you out this thing, and if she trying to take you out this thing, man, you know, I'm telling you, man, you might have to you might have to just jump ship. Now, if she don't really have no say so about what you do, just let you do your thing, and y'all come back together at that time. But other than that, if she trying to get you to get away from this truth, because what her mama said, her uncle, auntie said, what her pastor friend said, or what her pastor said, you got to put on the whole armor of God, man. Yeah, how about Shema Rashad? To withstand the wiles of the devil. Let's get the word wiles, man. The word is the Greek 3180. It says methodia, cunning art. Yep. It says deceit and craft, trickery. All right. From the Strong's definition, it means to travel over. That is travesty, which is trickery, wiles lie in wait. So the deceit and the craftiness of it, man, the whole trickery part about it, of the Satan, man. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. We says, but against principalities, against powers, and against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And that's what we're in. We're defending. That's what we're doing. We're dealing with these demons. We're dealing with this world. And it's only a small number that Yahweh Shemel Shai has already set forth to defend this gospel with the whole heart and sincerity, man. In verse 13, it says, wherefore taken to you the whole armor of Yahweh Shemel Shai, that you may be able to withstand the wiles, the evil, so like withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. So after doing all this, to the end ye shall endure. Who can endure? So that's what we have to do, all right? Put on the whole armor, All right, so hey, I hope you was edified. So with that, I'm gonna go. All praise to you, Abba Shema Shai, by Shemba Karkadash. Peace, salutations, and shalom.